Unlike any other scam, here it is a matter of people's faith. And might I also add, as a native of Ayodhya, Ayodhya is my hometown, the number of people from Tamil Nadu, record number of people from Tamil Nadu visit the Ayodhya temple. It is unprecedented.
So this clearly shows that even Ram is not immune to the greed of Indians. Nothing, there's no fear of God.
It's actually a betrayal more than anything else, Saket, because, I know, people from my own extended family, and of course, even including Jayalalitha, had sent, bricks and mortar and all kinds of stuff. No, people used to take bricks to temples, get them worshipped, and then it is sent to the temple, to Ayodhya temple, to form part of the structure of the Ayodhya temple much before the Supreme Court verdict itself.
In this digital India, digital world, you tell me, why can't donations be digitized? Why can't you just completely do away with the donation box? Hello and welcome. You're watching me, Sanket Upadhyay, on The Federal. The show is called AI with Sanket. This is the AI of news, because news in India today requires not artificial but analytical intelligence. The Ram Temple Tirth Kshetra Trust has allegedly betrayed the trust of the thousands of crores of people who have trust in the Ram Temple, who flock to the Ram Temple in Ayodhya. Ever since it was constructed and the Pran Pratishtha happened and the deity shifted to the new temple, lakhs and lakhs of tourists walk in every day. 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 30 rupees, 50 rupees, jewelry, whatever they have, it all goes into the donation box out of respect and love for Lord Ram. And do you know what? As a native from Ayodhya, I was surprised to see a record inflow of tourists from Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Andhra Pradesh into Ayodhya, especially Tamil Nadu. The number of Tamilians who visit Ayodhya is unprecedented. You would have thought it would be people from UP or the rest of the north of the country. No, Tamil Nadu. And imagine, for all these Tamilians, all these people from Kerala, from Andhra Pradesh, and different parts of this country, rich, poor, for the money that they have put in the donation box, for it to be allegedly found in a heap of garbage, covered in cow dung, as acts of corruption, where CCTV cameras seem to be conspicuous by their absence, where the people who are responsible for ensuring that there is no corruption in the donation, their names coming up as the principal accused. Does this behoove of an organization which is in charge of ensuring that the public trust remains in the temple? What must be done? Is this not the ultimate betrayal of the people's trust in the Ram Temple? We discuss. So joining us right now on this discussion are two very important guests. We have Professor Badri Narayan, is a political analyst and also the Vice Chancellor of TISS. Thank you very much for joining us. We also have Mr. Kannan Rajarathinam, adjunct faculty, University of Georgia, writer as well as an author. This is a very important and crucial issue because at the end of it, let's face it, it's embezzlement of funds, it's loot, it's a scam, and what makes it even more complicated and sinister and wrong is that it is playing on the faith of the people. I want to begin with you, Professor Badri Narayan. How do you look at this?
Sanketji, actually, this news came, and when this news came, it created a lot of the kind of worries among the people. And the government took a stand, strong action, and made this IT, Ayodhya Ram government. So government has started exploring what's the reality. But I think this is linked with the if it happens, because it's not yet proved, it is no any the kind of clear picture what happened in that. Is it happen or not happen? If it is happened, then it lead to the question of the management of the temples, how to manage temples and temple finances. There should be regulation. There should be a kind of the entire process, SOP. It's a kind of transparent management of the temples of the India we need to make. There are a few temples which are very good in managing their finances and resources. But I think we need to evolve this system day by day. And it is issues linked with the management, firstly. Secondly, if it is happened, I am saying if with a disclaimer, if it is happened, then it is linked to whom we are going to give this kind of work. Because human entity is in itself, there are a lot of problems in the human entity. So good attitudes, good values, and the bad values lives together. And sometimes the bad values, the kind of elements emerge and dominate the good intentions. So to whom we are going to appoint? So we need to evolve a moral workforce, those who can work for the temples. And there are agencies in India, those who are doing wonderful service in the temple, in the religious sectors. Maybe we can try to link ourselves with them. So for me, it is not a issue. And one issue, if it has happened, it lead to a bigger policy discourse about how to manage temples in India and manage the finances of the temple to India. And there are levels and layers. There are SOPs, processes, transparencies, and that we need to do.
Yes, Mr. Kannan, just coming to you, I want to ask you, you see, this is also, and Mr. RK Radhakrishnan, senior journalist, is also with us. Thank you very much, Mr. Radhakrishnan, for your time. I'm just going to come to you after I ask a question of Mr. Kannan. Mr. Kannan, this is, at the end of it, let's face it, an alleged scam, right? The reason why I use the word alleged, because it's an allegation. When the initial probe happens and the findings are out, we will be able to know about the magnitude. But what has been established very clearly is a betrayal of trust, and that is happening ever since this temple was being constructed. Right from land scam to all other sorts of scams linked to the trust members, and now, of course, the case of alleged embezzlement of funds. You see, the problem is, unlike any other scam, here it is a matter of people's faith. And might I also add, as a native of Ayodhya, Ayodhya is my hometown, the number of people from Tamil Nadu, record number of people from Tamil Nadu visit the Ayodhya temple. It is unprecedented. In fact, it was quite a revelation for me. So it is these donations where the faith has been broken. What do you think needs to be done here?
Well, this clearly shows that even Ram is not immune to the greed of Indians. There's no fear of God that in a deeply religious country as India. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. In 1925, when temples were the preserve of private individuals and private families and trusts, the then Justice Party government in Tamil Nadu, in the composite Madras state, enacted the Hindu Religious and Endowments Act, which has greatly mitigated some of these evils. Because, as you rightly pointed out, it's a breach of trust. And so these temples have to be managed with a lot of scrutiny, with diligence, because these handle public funds and public trust. And this is a a very religious nation by all means. And this is happening under the very nose of a government that is supposedly favors a majoritarian streak of political thinking, where the Hindus and Hinduism are sacrosanct, and so on and so forth. So if this can happen under their watch, imagine what could happen if somebody else, people who call themselves more secular than the current dispensation, were to rule. So I think this goes to show that in the last 50, 60 decades, 55, 6 decades, public values have greatly fallen generally. And then even Hindu gods are not immune to this disease, to this decay.
Yes, exactly. Mr. RK Radhakrishnan, just coming to you, you see, while there are political allegations of cheating Ram, and in the name of Ram, you first asked for votes and now you are hunting for notes, right? So this is all political argument. I am going to, for the sake of this discussion, keep that aside and keep this purely analytical. Do you think that this is a clear case of either a breach of faith or a breach of trust, or the possibility of that breach of trust? And that needs to be addressed. As I say again, repeatedly, the number of devotees from Tamil Nadu, from the south of this country, having faith in the Ram temple, in Lord Ram, was unprecedented for me. And imagine it is their donation. Someone must have taken that train from Tamil Nadu, would have come here, spent their money, would have showcased so much faith, only to learn today on TV and other media that my donation was involved in embezzlement because someone was greedy. Some caretaker of God thought that he's God himself.
Yeah, absolutely, Saket. Thank you for the opportunity, and glad to learn that you are from Ayodhya. And I'm very sure that you would have gone through the turmoil that afflicted Ayodhya in the road expansion and whatnot. I hope your properties didn't get affected.
Of course it did, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, the other thing, see, it's actually a betrayal more than anything else, Saket, because I know people from my own extended family, and of course, even including Jayalalitha, had sent bricks and mortar and all kinds of stuff. Now people used to take bricks to temples, get them worshipped, and then it is sent to the temple, to Ayodhya temple, to form part of the structure of the Ayodhya temple much before the Supreme Court verdict itself. So it's kind of betrayal for all these people thinking. I mean, a lot of these people are unbelief. I mean, they're not even able to believe that something like this has happened. And thanks to the hundreds of WhatsApp groups of BJP and RSS, they still believe that maybe this didn't happen, maybe this all propaganda by all these leftists and all of that. But increasingly, on every single day, proof is coming hitting right on their faces across Malayalam channels, and of course Tamil channels are completely and strangely silent on this thing, but Malayalam channels have picked it up. Malayalam YouTube and other places have picked it up. But what we see is both the Malayalam devotees and the people in Tamil Nadu who are devotees thinking that there could be something wrong. Let me also add one more thing to that, and Mr. Kannan would definitely agree with me that temples in south of India, especially Tamil Nadu and Kerala, are much better managed than temples anywhere else. I'm not saying there is no corruption here. Obviously, there is corruption everywhere. But the point happens to be that the kind of greed that we see in temples in the north, especially at the priest level and all of that, is something that repulses us, including me. I am a believer. It repulses me right from Kalighat to Ayodhya to Dharmashala, any of these places. It really repulses me. It is the same with a lot of my friends who went to Ayodhya and came back, where they say that the city is spectacular, Varanasi is spectacular, Ayodhya is spectacular. But the problem is that the moment you get anywhere near the temple, there are some 5 priests who come to you, and then they'll offer you various things, and the corruption starts from there. So they're not actually surprised, but they do feel betrayed that they actually contributed to this effort. And finally, what we see in fructification of that effort is, it's lining somebody else's pockets. That is simply not acceptable. And they think that, divine providence will always come down, and then, there will be hell to pay at some later date for all these people, all these evil people, so to speak, who are in the service of God, unfortunately.
Professor Badri Narayan, just coming to you, you see, when you want to establish a place for the purposes of religious tourism and build a religious economy, I am sure the rightful thought behind it is to have a religious economy which will be using the just wheels of the economy, the fair means of the economy. Unfortunately, what happens is wherever religious economy is taking place, the unjust and the corrupt wheels of the economy are moving faster than the just wheels. So if there is a place, for instance, Ayodhya, I'll give you my own example. The number of cases, false cases that have been filed in civil courts, the number of land grab incidents, the number of the dramatic rise of the pandas, which Mr. RK Radhakrishnan seems to, they're called pandas, by the way. The rise of these people, and more importantly now, embezzlement of funds. Do you feel that when you want religious expansion or religious tourism and economy to expand, you have to factor in the perils of religious economy also, which is happening in the case of Ayodhya?
I think, Sanketji, in entire discussion, 2-3 things are very important. One is, which you mentioned again and again, that there is a big flow of people from the South India and Tamil Nadu towards Ram Temple. And that is a trend which we observe. Secondly, you must have observed that in temples management, in few years, 10, 12 years, there are a lot of improvements. Like in Kashi, if you go, it is very easy now to go to and darshan Shiva. Earlier, it was very difficult to go there. And then the pandas and all used to come. So slowly, their space are being decreased because of the new the corridor and the new system which our administration has evolved. But you are right that we need to do more, because we are, in Uttar Pradesh, it is going to emerge as the biggest economy. Not biggest, but it's a big economy. Kashi, Ayodhya, Prayagraj, because of this religious tourism, a lot of people are coming and they are generating a lot of money. And you must have observed, and we have observed, because of the Kashi, the entire rural areas of the Banaras, around Banaras, they are improving a lot in terms their monotony of the life have broken, fixity of, and a lot of things are happening in villages. Money ka ana and going, flow of the money, circulation of money. So life is being very mobile. So these are the positive impact of the religious economy. But you are right that there are some pilferages, because we need to evolve a system to manage finances. And system like in Ayodhya, if you go to see the Ram temple, you can't find any difficulties. Very easy to go and enter in the temple. Earlier, like you remember the Maihar Devi or Vindhyachal Devi, it was very difficult to go. But now government is intervening and improving the entire system. But we have to make a system to manage the finances. How to do that? And we have to, as one of our panelists said, that we have to counter at every stage with the human greeds and how to control that. And we have to make the wage to control that.
Sir, here is a solution I'm proposing, because, I can't help but have a solutions-driven mindset. When there will be human interface, even in the darbar of the god, there will be corruption, there will be greed. And Ayodhya and people from Ayodhya, or all those who are part of the temple management trust, are no different. They can also be subjected to greed. Mr. Kannan, here is a solution. In this digital India, digital world, you tell me, why can't donations be digitized? Why can't you just completely do away with the donation box? And suppose if somebody is carrying cash, We know that there are dispensers available in this country, and a trust as rich as the Ayodhya Trust or any other temple trust can have these dispensing machines at various places where you can just insert that note and you will get a slip that you donated this much money. All of this connected to a central server, zero human interference, no need for any CCTV, no need of hiding cash, nothing. Now, why are these solutions so alien suddenly in the God's Darbar? Why can't this happen?
Something. We are forgetting that the difficulty is mostly with the Hindu faith. We don't have such scandalous news, that we hear about Christianity or Islam. There seems to be a general sense of well-being. There seems to be some amount of integrity in these two other faiths, in these Abrahamic faiths. This seems to be a very peculiar disease that afflicts Hinduism. It calls for a lot of introspection. Your suggestion is only one of those that could redeem this. But, the mere fact that Hinduism, discusses or gives prominence to intermediaries has been a great limiting factor for this faith. And so this is for Hindu leaders to introspect and then to get rid of all the shortcomings that this huge, this eternal faith has. It's several thousand years old, and some of its prejudices have led to the growth of other faiths. And one of this is this. We hear this all the time. Tamil Nadu temples may have been, in some respects better than the ones I've been to Kalighat. Yes, the priest will actually bring you into the sanctum and then throw you next to the idol, and then his hands are in your pocket all the time. So those things don't happen that much here, but they do happen here too. And in the Hindu religious and endowments ministry itself is corrupt.
No, sir. By the way, let me tell you, it's not like in the south of this country, you have absolute saints. For instance, the Tirupati Balaji temple, even there you have a proper VIP darshan ecosystem. So this division on the basis of your financial stature exists in the south as well.
It exists only in Hinduism. This will not happen in a mosque. That's what I'm trying to say. This faith has to seriously introspect if it really wants to be eternal, as it claims. It's high time.
Yeah, you brought in other religions. My point is, I am not even looking outward. But Professor Narayan, I'm going to come to you. I'm not even looking outward. I'm looking inward. If the problem is in our management, Mr. RK Radhakrishnan, our temple management, people clearly impose trust in this Tirth Kshetra trust of the Ayodhya temple. It's a new temple, new in terms of its management, not in terms of its existence. It's a new temple in terms of management. And why did we assume that there will be highest levels of integrity? Why this assumption? And do you feel that this is a political problem? This assumption is not just among the people who are going there. This assumption was in the state government of Uttar Pradesh. This assumption existed in the central government that somehow the Tirth Kshetra trust will be Caesar's wife, above suspicion.
I think the essential problem is that the government did not think through. The moment it had the go ahead from the Supreme Court, it just hurriedly put together a panel of people and asked to oversee. I would rather go by the Tamil Nadu model or the Kerala model, where the government oversees it with a board in every single temple. There is a board, but then the oversight is with the government. The good thing about oversight being with the government is that it can be audited by the CAG, by government agencies, and there is also the Department of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption, which is looking over it. So there are multiple agencies looking over various aspects of it. And so they'll, at least on the face of it, they'll have to show numbers, and they'll have to show, what to say. Then the books have to be correct, at least on the face of it. And there will be periodic audit, right? Every 6 months, every 8 months, there is an audit. There is some auditor coming from Government of India, and there is also other people coming from here. And there is obviously an RSS connect to this as well, because RSS also is keenly watching the temples in Tamil Nadu and Kerala. I think unless that is done, unless there is a government oversight, just leaving temples, I mean, one of the demands of the RSS here and the BJP here is to hand over temples to people, to the believers, which basically is, I would argue that, there is no case for that, because then there is no oversight at all. A group of people will sit there and do whatever they want to the temples, as they do some of the bigger temples in both Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And as you rightly pointed out in the case of Tirupati, and Tirupati, the Tirupati Devasthanam has started opening branches. Can you believe it? There is a branch in Chennai in T Nagar. There is another branch which is opening in the ECR. I don't know how many branches Tirupati Balaji can go and make his presence there.
As if it's some bank.
It's completely ridiculous. What is this? They're dispensing, prasad in all these places. Yeah, fine. They're doing pujas in all these places. Fine. But then the point is that where is the God? The God is going to sit in Tirupati. But then they're saying there is also this is exactly what happens in a lot of rituals which belong to Hinduism, wherein, you need to do a 14-day fast or whatever. Sabrimala temple, you have to do a 40-day fast to go. But then there is a quick fix also. You can go to Pamba, you can wear a, mala and then go to the temple. That also is fine. There are a lot of these things which, Hinduism tolerates, and Hinduism is a religion of tolerance. I don't see any discussion on any of this.
Professor Badri Narayan, just quickly coming to you now for the last word. You wanted to come in.
So I don't want to say many things, just about one submission, what Professor Kannan was saying about this comparing Hinduism and the Christians and the Muslims. There is no that kind of instance takes place there. But I tell you, in many churches, because churches in that way are not the kind of people places, huge people places that our temple have. But many churches have their schools and college, and we are missing a lot of corruptions in those systems. So money which come from church goes to hospital, schools, and there are a lot of corruption and misuse of money takes place. Similarly, the various cases in the Muslim, the Muslim, the religious places, where the money are being misused in various ways. And also land grabbing, various kinds of cases take place.
No, Professor Badri Narayan, my submission is, this is exactly why I said I'm not even looking outwards. These are the views of Mr. Kannan. Yes. I'm saying I'm not even looking outwards. We're looking inwards. In our own religion, in our own Ram temple, in our own backyard, if there is an act of corruption, why are we assuming that there will be no act of corruption? The assumption, and where are the solutions? For instance, I want to ask you, why can't tech solutions be implemented in Ayodhya? Just do away with the donation box. No, remove the Dan Hundi. Make it digitized.
Sanketji, your solution is very apt, and we should follow on that. At every places, like in this neat paper leak, the major debate is human intervention, because and if you remove that, then it will be resolve the problem. So here also, the similar kind of greed we have to handle at various places, and minimizing human interference in that will certainly help us, and digitalizing the entire process will help us. So we need to evolve a very prompt, foolproof management system of finances and the donations in this related with the religious tourism with any religion. It's not only in a particular religion.
Exactly. Professor Badri Narayan as well as Mr. Kannan Rajaratnam, thank you very much. We had Mr. Radhakrishnan also who kind of vanished. But thank you, gentlemen. Important thoughts. And let's hope somebody is hearing. To assume that a trust will naturally enjoy the trust of people is the biggest mistake to make right now. And I think a very, very serious and sincere probe must take place, and the culprits must be brought to book, if at all we want the people's faith to remain in these institutions. Thank you very much, gentlemen.